Oh, sorry. Just a second. Oh, shoot. Hit the deck! So yeah, Fallout, which I'm just going to say a couple of things, because I knew this might be a bit big. Not like it's a big series or it's a big... No. It might be a big video, because I don't know much about the Fallout. Okay, to be frank, here's what I know. Because Bill, I need to explain this. If it's a season 1 based off a game or based off this, like, okay. I found it equal to explain what I do know, what I don't know, and everything in between. Okay? Okay. 1, I have not played any of the games. 2, even though I haven't played the games, I have watched stuff about the games. So I've watched the game theory videos about it, which there is, I think, like 1. And I've watched some people, like, there's some people who, I think Game Theory is the only one I heard about it, but I've heard, like, other things in other videos. So I know what the vaults are. I know the mechanics of the vault. I know the mechanics of, like, the watch. I know there was, like, a song being, like, you know, the special song. There's, like, Dan TDM made a song, Special. Oh, special. You're special. You're special. Oh, so special. SCPCIAL. Clearly that doesn't spell special, but I'm bad at spelling. So ignore that. So, I do know that. I do know about the vaults. I do know that there's a witch thing. I do know that you can, like, hold and aim at specific body parts, which specifically take specific damage. It's like a survival game. I do know the basic idea of the game Fallout. And I do know somewhat of the story. I do know it's an alternate history type stuff. There's a couple of things that are a bit different, which is interesting. But overall, it's about, if I'm correct, Cold War, not going too cold, and everyone going to boom. So I do know that idea. They explore that in the show, in the past, in the present. But I do know about the vaults. I do know what the vaults are, and I get the general idea of what the vaults are meant to mean. That, and I've also heard about the big guys. I always forget what they're called, but I've seen them in posters. I've seen them. I'm going to be completely honest, I did not know about ghouls. I don't know if that's a common thing, or is that, like, just in the TV series? I don't know. That I don't know. To be completely honest. They could be just for this TV show, or they could be a long-running thing, but I don't know either way. Either way, I like this. It's fun. It has a lot of darkness, it has a lot of things. I have watched a couple of other moments from this. This isn't about me explaining about Fallout, but I have seen a couple of, like, some people who made a D&D alignment chart for one of the main ghouls. I'm like, okay, I watched a bit of it, so I knew a bit of stuff. And there's also the level where I did see a couple of it, which I saw one spoiler. But this is not the spoiler section, so not for that. And I think overall, I do think I've seen I do like this. The story is interesting, the characters are interesting, but overall it's just a fun story. But I want to talk about, more importantly, so yeah, the one thing that I absolutely would love to talk about is one of the things. 2 sort of twists, which is basically revealing that you have certain things as bad. My favorite one, my favorite one out of both of them is the overall idea that when they go to the vault, not that vault, when they're talking about the vault, it is, I don't know why I said talk, anyway, they have a bug situation and they don't know, but it's like the main ghoul sort of got in and is like, no, this can't be bad. This can't be bad. The vaults can't be bad. It's like, it's just safety. But it's like, okay, we need to sort of, we want to make money out of this. We're a business first and foremost. So, we need a way to sort of have the vaults be needed. And then it's like, and some of the stuff that they're like, we don't want to tell you how to run your vault. No. And then they describe some horrible shit. And there's like, yeah, and they're sounding like the stuff that they talk about, like, oh, we can do this and we can have them fight against each other. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I know we have the fight for survival, but I didn't need to start to be like, okay, we need to start testing these skills. Okay, for this rational breast race, kill this man. It's like, and the other one is the idea that they had a vote and they would sort of a competition, and they had the face of like, oh yeah, we like competition. Competition is good. And then they wiped out them all. They had a perfect vote. It was fine. Well, I don't know if it was good or bad. But they were wiped all out. It's so messed up. And all of that is after. I think one of the things it talks about is that a lot of the things that this vote deals with is that during the beginning, and I like it, they sort of have this face of like, we're gonna save the world, we're gonna be the good people and save the upper side. And I like how they're saying it makes it sound like amazing. But when they sort of like do anything, it's sort of like, it's sort of like that thing like with Glass House, the original, not Glass House, Knives Out. Whereas like, we don't mind helping you, but like, it's gonna take from us, and like, maybe not, maybe give it a bit. Like, they're really like, oh, we're doing this for, like, you also have the guy in the other vault being like, Three Eyes, and is like, oh, don't worry, all these other people, like, but we're helping. I think the absolute sliminess of some of these characters in a way of like this sort of like, we're helping them. It's like, oh.
Cashton 726 joins the madness.
Thank you. We're reviewing Fallout. If you want to talk about Fallout, the TV series. Yeah. Sorry, someone did it. That was amazing. That was like really cool. So yeah. Thank you. So yeah, I do think this is really interesting. And overall, the series I think is good. And I find it amazing because of this. It is awesome, creative, and yeah. Thank you. And a Merry Christmas in advance for you too. So yeah. I think this is just a really interesting series that looks into like really interesting ideas. So yeah. So yeah. With all of that being said, the way it looks into, and I think Game Theory talks about it more about like society and all of that stuff, is fun. The collapse, the like self-serving. And the mystery about the other stuff, even that is so much fun. It's really good and like just overall fun and amazing to watch as you see this insanity. And I love you see other groups, other perception, and you look away from like the main focus, which I find amazing. But overall, the idea is fun, and how they hyped up the next season, I absolutely want to watch. So yeah, having all of that being said, having all of that being done, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you liked, subscribed, and yeah, good night.